Hey guys, Yankee Prepper, and I wanted to put up a quick vid before the weekend. First thing I want to say is if you've been trying to contact me for any reason, I don't care whether it's from my channel or my website, and I haven't gotten back to you, it's been busier than normal for me. I got a lot of things happening right now. It's good things, but I'm really busy. I closed on the successful sale of one of my businesses. It's being transferred down to Chicago. The owner that owns it now is transferring it down to his facility down in Chicago, and I'm trying to help, move that out of my facility here in Minnesota. And just to give you an idea of what I'm up against here, I'll put up some vid of it here. $30 horse, 35 horse, vacuum, 4 hydraulic pumps, and tanks. So as you can see, it's not a small operation. It was a fairly large operation. My building, which will now be empty, I've got to continue on and try to sell that in this economy, is about 14,000 square feet. So we've got a lot of work to do, and that's where my mind is right now. A lot of things changing in my life. So if you're PMing me, if you're sending me stuff, I'm trying my best to get back to everybody, but it's just worse than normal. I'm not having fun, believe me. I also want to thank everyone, for the continued support and camaraderie with the website. This website is kind of an experiment for me. It's not, I don't expect this thing to make me a millionaire. It's really a way to share something that I absolutely love. It's cool to have a hobby that you can actually have as a business, because it doesn't even feel like it's work. And so I appreciate you guys accepting that and having that with me and sharing that with me. And the support for this thing has been, again, up and beyond my my expectations, for sure. I want to thank everybody again. And lastly, with this video, the reason why I'm trying to put it up is because, it's not just, some of the people that I'm letting down on my channel that I haven't been able to get back to. I have, friends in the real world, good friends, that I can't even spend time with. I've been trying to set up something with a buddy of mine that's installing his ham radio, and he wanted to see how my antenna hookup has done, because I like how long it's lasted, and he likes how it was put in. So I can't even make an appointment. I can't even find time to meet with him. And this is a good guy that doesn't live too far away from me. So I wanted to make up a quick vid. Maybe this will help, of how I designed and hooked up my antenna on my property. And buddy, you're still welcome to come over if we can, get the time together. But I feel bad that we haven't been able to do so, because I know that you want to do this, and I put this up on vid, and that way I can share it with everyone else as well. I've never done a video about this, so that way hopefully this is enough information for you, and this is sharing, what I've done with other people out there on my channel too. So, Jim, this video is for you specifically, but I'm sharing it with everybody else. Anyway, guys, have a great weekend. Okay, I kind of drew the antenna out on my chalkboard here to give you an idea. It's not to scale, but it'll give you a good idea of what I'm talking about, and then I'm going to take you outside and show it to you in operation on my property. Let me give you an idea of what you're looking at here. You got 2 pines, north and south, and then you got a tamarack. And I use these as my antenna masts. And so it's not invisible, but believe me, take my word for it, unless you're looking for this, you just won't see it. It really hides it on my property. You really have to be looking for this little wire in order to see this antenna hookup. When I first did this, it was working out pretty good for a while, but we get these hellacious windstorms and the trees sway, and eventually it just wears down your antenna wire or breaks the connectors. So what I did to fix this, and I haven't seen this anywhere else, this was just something that I came up with, and it's really worked for me. I've had it up here for over 2 years, and it seems to really be doing well, and I'm really happy with it. I hooked up some springs on each of the connectors going to the trees I'm using as antenna masts. So the springs act as shock absorbers in these hellacious windstorms. So I've got the antenna wire, horizontal antenna wire, 30 feet up in the air. Got it connected to the tree. And what I use is a pulley system so I can access the antenna in case I need to lower it for maintenance or take it down for some reason. I can access it at about 15-20 feet by using a pulley system. But the original horizontal hookup is at 30 feet from the ground, which is what's recommended. So I've got a clothesline with a pulley system coming up. It connects to a door spring, which connects to a ceramic connector, which then connects to the hard wire antenna, which then connects to my homemade PVC tri-connector. And then on the other side is another 40 feet, identical north and south, of hard wire, which goes down and connects to a ceramic connector. And then that connects to the spring, which acts as a shock absorber. And then again, hooking up to a clothesline, which goes onto a pulley system, which I bring down so I can access the antenna system for maintenance or whatever I need it to do to bring it down to the ground easier, so I don't have to go 30 feet back up into the pine tree. That is very helpful. You don't have to take your antenna down very often, but if you do want to do some maintenance, it's nice to have a nice access point to it. So the tri-connector is also connected with a ceramic piece, then a door spring to the tamarack, and then the ladder wire comes off that and then goes to my cable, which then goes to my ham radio. So you got these 3 springs, and they act as shock absorbers, and this has really worked for me. It doesn't create any wear and tear on your antenna, and I can reach all over the world with this setup. 30 feet off the air, 80 feet of wire. It's what works for me. Okay, you're looking at the north connector. And the end of the wire has a ceramic end piece that's connected to a door spring, basically, and then it goes to a clothesline, which goes to the tree on a pulley system, so I can access it fairly quickly. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but I'm trying my best here to get this info up. It's got the ceramic end of the wire for the ham antenna connected to a door spring, goes to the tree on a pulley system so I can easily reach it from that point in the tree. And this is about 30 feet in the air. And on the south end of the antenna, this is 40 feet from the middle, and the north end is 40 feet, 80 feet total. I have the same hookup. You can see the ceramic connector, and you've got a door spring, and you've got clothesline hooked up to a pulley system that I can easily access again at 30 feet in the air. And with this setup, the connector, unless you're really looking for it, you really cannot see it. So I'm using the tree cover on my property to kind of hide the antenna. I mean, you even, with the camera, I may have a sharper image on it, but unless you're looking, you're not going to see this on my property. And then it hooks up in the middle to that tamarack right there, and then the north end goes to that pine that I'm centering on. Oops, right there. So I got 40 feet to the tamarack, and then another 40 feet to this pine. And it's shaped in a real wide wedge. And again, here's the tamarack hookup. I got the same pulley system with the clothesline. sitting at a height of 30 feet, but I can access it easy with the clothesline, and then I've got it hooked up to that spring. I'm not sure if you can see that, and then I got the tri-connector, and then you can just make out through the branches the ladder wire, and that's going to my house, going to the chimney and down. So there's the tri-connector, that going to the north pine, that going to the south pine, and I've got a spring on that, and that all these springs act as shock absorbers. So this has been 2 years now with the same antenna, and it seems to be wearing fine.